This episode of the Pageant Project is brought to you by the Natralus natural skincare range. Natralus's effective, cruelty-free formulas are proven to keep your skin looking healthy and feeling good, and are packed with pure and organic ingredients. Natralus is also 100% Australian made and owned. Use the code PAGEANTPROJECT18 to get $10 off when you shop with Natralus online at www.natralus.com.au/shop.
I'm Miss Australia Continent's 2018 Gemma White, and this is my interview with the Pageant Project.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project, and I'm here with Miss Australia Continents 2018, Gemma White. Gemma, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
I'm getting better at saying these long pageant titles. I'm not stumbling over it quite as much as I used to be. Gemma, how are things on the sunny Gold Coast?
Yeah, they're really good. I've done lots of preparation for the Continent's International Pageant, which is, we're leaving in just 2.5 weeks. So there's been lots happening. I've been out in the community, lots of charity events. I've even got a charity afternoon tea this afternoon. There's been lots happening, but it's beautiful weather up here. A little bit windy, a little bit chilly, but beautiful.
It can't be chillier than it is here in Sydney. So don't tell me any more about the beautiful weather in Gold Coast because I'll get insanely jealous. Gemma, let's talk about the continent system first up. I know that it's not the only and it's not the first system that you've entered, but I think it's fair to say that you've fallen in love with it. So what's drawn you or what drew you to competing in the continents system in the first place?
Yeah, so the Continent pageant came to Australia as a national final for the first time the end of last year. And when I first come across it and the motto of be your own kind of beautiful, there was something that resonated with me so much that I went, this is the system for me. I had previously competed in other pageant systems, and every single pageant I've entered, I've grown so much. I've met some amazing, inspiring young girls and women. But coming into the continent system and the motto behind it, it's just something that I went, this is for me. And I went in just with a clear purpose, clear goals on what I wanted to achieve, why I was entering. And I gave it my all, as I always do. I put my entire heart and soul into everything that I do. And I'm so blessed to be sitting here as Miss Australia Continents 2018 and to represent Australia overseas in a few short weeks, which has been a dream come true and something I've worked towards for the last 4 and a bit years.
Let's talk about those 4 and a bit years. Why did the motto of the continent system appeal to you so much? And I've interviewed at this stage your Mrs., your Miss, and your Ms., and we've all talked about that motto, which really stands out, be your own kind of beautiful. So I guess why did that appeal to you so strongly?
I guess everyone has a story. Everyone's unique. It's a system that accepts girls and women of all age, shape and size. And it really gives you the opportunity to shine and to stand for who you are. My platform is anti-bullying. So I'm an ambassador for I Can, I Will, eradicating bullying, bridging social indifferences, and granting wishes to children around the world. So this is something that I hope to take globally, and it really stands with me and the motto of be your own kind of beautiful, because I went through bullying and weight issues all throughout my schooling. Most recently, I've been through anxiety and depression, which led to 2 autoimmune diseases, and so many different hurdles throughout my life that have made me the woman I am today. And I would never turn back time. I would never change any of the adversities that I have been through, because it's really made me who I am, and I'm incredibly grateful because I do believe that everything happens for a reason and at the right time. I think the universe has it all planned out for us, and even when you're going through those difficulties, you sometimes go, why me, or why is this happening, or you just don't feel that it's fair. But at the end of the day, you've just got to be able to overcome it and know that you are enough, and that the universe truly has you. And I'm incredibly thankful to be in pageantry, because I think that saved me throughout the difficulties that I have faced in the past few years. And I'm very thankful to sit here today.
Let's just as because if people watching this don't know, I know Gemma quite well, and she just mentioned a few of her difficulties and kind of glossed over them like they were nothing, which I know is the way that you like to approach them. But just for people who probably don't know what's involved so much, so the last few years, as you mentioned in your schooling, you dealt with a lot of bullying. You were once significantly heavier than you are now. But I think there's a great deal of people will look at your Instagram photo now, see that you're 5'10", you're blonde, you've got this beautiful crown on your head, and go, she's perfect, everything's easy, what has she got to complain about? So just to give people an idea of what's behind the crown, what's behind the smile, what's behind the sash, what are some of the difficulties that you've been through, and how have you maintained your positivity and made it through them?
I guess everything that you face, it makes you stronger. It makes you more grateful for life in general. It makes you push forward through every single day and to take one day at a time. And I know that now I've really got to focus on my health. So exercise is really important for mental health. You've got eating right, which is really important. And they always say that it starts in the kitchen for any sort of journey that you're on, whether it's mental health or whether it's you want to lose a couple of kilos. And you know what? I do truly believe that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, which is perfect for the continent system and the model of Clear and Kind of Beautiful, because we've all got that opportunity to shine as the person that we are. But I do have to really watch what I eat every single day. And I love going to the gym. I probably train 3 to 5 days a week. And even back to food, I have to eat gluten-free, dairy-free. I've been on a really natural path to recover from my autoimmune diseases in order to put them into remission. So there's just been a balance of everything that I've been through. But yeah, it's something that I have to work with every single day.
Yeah. And how do you think being through the pageant system, I guess, has helped you make it through to the other side? Because I've asked quite a few people this recently. It's like, who would you be without the pageants in your life? And I think for a lot of people, for example, your Ms. Jazz has had 10 years experience in pageantry. So for her, it's very difficult to think, who would I be without pageantry? But what have you gained through your experience in competing through pageants?
You just gain so much confidence through pageantry to be able to move forward, whether that comes to job interviews. I work in real estate, so then coming into pageantry and sitting down and having panel interviews, that's always been a struggle for me. But I did win Best in Interview at the national finals, which was something that if I had just walked away with Best in Interview, I would have been so proud of that, because at school, I was a girl who would do my speeches in my lunch break. I hated public speaking. I hated being in front of anyone. Yet I know in real estate and in my property career, I speak to people every single day. And that's something completely normal for me. But pageantry's given me so much more confidence. It's really defined my purpose and my meaning in life. And I feel like this is why I'm here. And the reason I'm in pageantry is for the charity work that I do. And I love getting out and supporting so many charities, and regardless of standing for anti-bullying and being an ambassador for I Can, I Will, I know it's really important as a title holder to raise awareness for many charitable organisations. But I love my philanthropy work that I am always doing. I'm always out and about and always staying busy.
Yeah, you definitely don't seem to stay still for very long. Most people involved in pageants don't seem to stay still for very long. There's no such thing as free time. Jem, you're about to head over to Vegas, as we talked about, in under 3 weeks, I guess depending when you're watching this video. How do you go about setting goals, managing expectations? I mean, you've won a national title, which is already a huge thing and something that you always wanted to do. And now it's the next step of representing Australia internationally. So what expectations do you have going over there?
I'm just going into the international pageant being me. At the end of the day, we can only be our own kind of beautiful. I am very clear on my purpose and my why, which hasn't really changed from the national finals. And I think it's important to stay within your bubble and just make sure that regardless of whatever it is that you want to achieve, whether it's within pageantry or any other field, whether it's a sport or whether it's within your career, no matter what it is, never give up on your goals and dreams, because we are all here and we all have a different reason for what we're doing. And I love getting out in my community, as I mentioned, and all of my charity work. So it's just staying really focused and not letting outside influences affect me and what I'm doing.
And what do you hope, I guess, can you tell us where you think you'll be in a year's time from now, or 5 years' time, or 10 years' time, God forbid?
Yeah, I think 10 years is a little bit hard to see, but I know that, well, going to the international pageant, you know, it's sort of mixed feelings, because you sort of feel like you're coming to the end of one journey, but I really hope that it's the start of another. And regardless of taking out the international pageant or not, I will be continuing on my philanthropy journey. I will be focusing on my property and real estate career and taking out awards within my industry. And I've just purchased my second investment property. So in the weeks leading up to going away, I will be renovating that property. So I'm just always very clear on my goals and just one step at a time. And that's all you can ever do, and never to compare your journey to someone else's.
Absolutely. And if there's some young girls looking at your reign, sort of in retrospective as the Queen, as a reigning Miss, what would you hope your legacy to be? What would you like to, I guess, most be remembered for?
That's a very good question. Probably just to be remembered that I'm the girl next door. I'm just your average girl with extraordinary dreams and goals, and that no matter what it is, just to follow those goals and dreams. So I guess just to be known or have the legacy of being a go-getter and always pushing towards my next goals, regardless of the adversities that I face.
I definitely agree with that. As someone who knows you well, you're never sitting still, always chasing the sunset, so to speak. Gemma, I've been asking people this recently and had some interesting answers. So I wanted to ask you the same question. What's the hardest lesson? And it's not necessarily to do with pageantry, but to give people more of an idea as to who you are. What's the hardest lesson that you feel you've had to learn maybe in the last few years?
Yeah, very good question, because in the last few years, I've had to learn that I have to put myself first. Because when you don't put yourself first, I've had issues along anxiety and depression, which then led to my autoimmune diseases. And the only way for me to recover was to really put things aside. I love exercising. I love going to the gym, but I was on crutches for a period of time. I couldn't walk and was limping around for about 6 months of last year. I really just had to focus on me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and just make sure that no matter what I'm doing and no matter what charity work or my real estate career, no matter what it is that I'm going through, to make sure that I find some time to recenter and rebalance. And I don't really watch TV. I feel that the news and TV has so many negative effects and on people's emotions. So I don't ever really watch TV, but just to make sure that you find that balance is really important.
Great answer. What about who inspires you and why? And I know that might be difficult to narrow it down. I mean, you don't have to give one answer, but who inspires Gemma White and why?
This is a really easy question, actually. My parents, my family, they inspire me the most. I have seen the hard work that Mum and Dad have put into building what they've got. You know, they started from the ground and have built themselves up to a point that we can then live comfortably, and that has then been passed on to me. I've seen the hard work that they've done, and that has been instilled into me. And the hard work that you put in then allows you to achieve those goals and dreams. Nothing works unless you do.
Absolutely. And Gemma, if there is a young girl or young woman looking at this interview and maybe is going through a struggle herself, or maybe has big dreams and she's not sure she can achieve them, what words of advice or inspiration would you give her?
I would tell her that she is beautiful and you've got this. No matter what you might be going through, just focus on one day at a time and know that it will always get better and there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and just to continue pursuing towards your goals and dreams and never give up and never let anyone tell you that you're not enough. To know your self-worth is so important.
Beautifully said. Well, Gemma, for people to follow your interview, as we said, it's only 3 weeks until you head to the internationals. What are the social media details? And whatever you say, I'll put them below, because some of them have been very long. Some of them have been very difficult to spell. And, miss something ___ something, something, something. So what are the social media and website details for yourself?
Yeah, so my website is Gemma White Miss Australia Continents.wordpress.com.
Mm-hmm.
And my Facebook is Gemma White Official. And my Instagram is Gemma_White, but Gemma has 3 A's.
Okay, all right. That's why I'm going to put it below so that people can follow your journey. Well, Gemma, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck with the internationals. I guess, are you taking, because you have to take over Aussie things, don't you, when you represent your country?
You don't have to take anything, but I've got a few little surprises up my sleeve.
Okay, because I watched one of Jess's interviews and she's taking over caramella koalas, and I never realised that they were really Australian. But, you like Vegemite, don't you?
I love Vegemite. Vegemite and avocado is my favourite. Although I'm gluten-free, so it has to be on gluten-free toast if I'm having it together.
Okay,
Or
all right.
crackers, gluten-free crackers. That works too.
This is something that we will have to agree to disagree on. I don't mind Vegemite, but I can't say that I love it. But look, best of luck with the internationals. I know that you'll do all of us proud. And we'll speak to you when you get back.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll speak to you next time.
Hey, it's Adrian. If you'd like some pageant coaching to help you win that title, or you'd like to keep up to date with our interviews, check us out at thepageantproject.com. Speak to you soon.